that just made it a little bit closer, didn't it, Clef? I've been creeping, man. 3 wide into turn 1.
Stage's definitely playing to your left there.
Yeah.
Oh! Oh! My
You're gonna
God.
have to push
Let's
out.
go for
You're gonna
it.
have to
Let's
push
go
out.
for
They're
it.
gonna be back right corner.
Check the right, Sarv. Right, up on top. Yes!
Nice.
One enemy remaining.
Back right, you saw.
Back right.
Oh, Jesus! Plus
Four.
I will not die here.
Hold it! Let's go! He's insane!
No Let's go.
Way.
No.
Shot on target. Sarv's there for the save. Bangs it downfield. It's going to get cut off. Going for the catch. Gets bumped here, but doesn't get knocked off course. Picks this one up. Great dribble. What a flick. Just under crossbar. Sarv. Great shot.
Quite a few people that are on the naughty list, so we're going to go through that at the end, and then following
just getting the driver's briefing started, so we're just kind of
and we should be good to go. So,
listening in
if
as
you
usual.
have any questions, please raise your hand, and my
280
co-host
Rufus.
Jason will
So you have
call
one
on you,
hit
and
penalty
we'll get
tonight.
you taken care of. All that I ask is for your patience for any server-related questions to
These
be
are
held
gone.
to the end.
Nope, they haven't shut them down yet.
All right.
All right.
Without
We're
further
wearing
ado,
our. I'm not procrastinating. I'm
the
doing
mission
side
statement
quests.
is to promote a culture of clean and respectful racing. So please do your part in sharing in that mutually beneficial space throughout our racing. Once you join the formal game session, the use of in-game text chat is forbidden. It is distracting to your fellow drivers, and it is strictly reserved
What's up,
for our
Space
staff to
Wizard?
convey
What's up,
important information
Ander?
only.
How you guys doing?
Each division racing tonight, divisions 1, 4, and 5, are split into silver and gold splits. And for qualifying, the silver split will go out for the first 10 minutes of
Game, is that what
qualifying,
this is?
followed by the second 10 minutes for the gold split for qualifying.
That's kind of cool.
We
It's
do
like a
have
old
some
school
drivers
ABS.
that have moved between gold and silver splits this week. So
I don't care about
congratulations
gold
on
and silver
your
splits.
new
It's the
placement.
same to me.
Please be diligent
That's
about
the
checking
SRA.
your new placement. You can do so by selecting
Oh,
your
no.
own name in this
Something else.
driver's briefing, and your role will indicate what your specific split is. During qualifying,
This is probably the SRA
there is no
one.
overtaking,
Jeez,
so please
YouTube.
build a sufficient gap to the car in front of you.
Yep.
The recommended gap is 3
We're
seconds.
gonna put our phone
For
on vibrate for the
Division
rest
5,
of the
it can
night.
be up to 5 seconds if you're not confident in the driver in front of you.
I'll mute that for a second, because trying to talk over Doug is very obnoxious. Actually, I know what I can do. I can turn it off on your end, so you guys don't have to listen to it. But practice, the warm-up practice did not seem to go very well so far. I'm not looking like I've got the pace to be high in the qualifying. So the plan is probably just to start at the back instead of starting midfield. I mean, even if I'm like 15th, I feel like that's far enough back where there's too much carnage. In a wet race, I definitely want like the first 3, maybe 4 rows, and have an exit, because people already don't brake soon enough in the dry for cars when it's on lap 1 like that. So wet, you're backing it up, 25, 50 meters, and then having to back up that with the cars in front of you. So probably not going to risk a lap 1 wreck. 55 minutes tonight? Okay. So it's the same as last week, which I figured it would be a high one because of wet race being kind of crazy. Yeah, we're going in with a 9-point lead, so we don't really want to lose that. And the guys that are closest in points are going to probably start, top 15. And all I care about is like Rigatoni, Aoki, Beverly, Byron. I know he's not that far up, but he's has a chance of like winning. Maybe Tremling. Tremling's like 60 points back though. But any of those guys that are within like 15, 20 points, I want to finish close to them and not lose a whole lot of points, because I know Oulton Park I've never raced, and that might be the track we end up having the dropped race on. It's either going to be this or Oulton, more than likely, just depending on how fast I pick up Oulton Park. This track is one of those that I'm going to have to race 2 or 3 times before I understand it very well. So we want that points lead at the end of the first half, and then carry that momentum through those last few. Because what we got after this? Zolder, I've raced before. I did pretty well at Zolder. Oulton, never raced. Bathurst, from what I can gather, it looks like it's probably going to be a morning or a day track. And Bathurst is always a crazy one. And then Silverstone looks like it's going to be like night or wet. They didn't really specify either. So that could be another track that has some craziness to it. So we've got to get as many points as we can in these first 4, and then try to mitigate any losses through those last 4. So I think what we'll do is
go up to second gear.
Once we get in the lobby and the
so that you have
silvers go
less
to
torque
practice,
and you
we'll
can
throw
have
up
better
the
traction.
points
For blue flags throughout the
and
race,
kind of look
if you
at
are
what's
shown a
going
blue flag,
on
you must
in
yield
there,
within 1 full lap. You are not
and
allowed
then maybe
to
follow
descend
some
from the
guys
car,
around on
overtaking
the track
from
while
behind,
we look.
and you
Actually,
must give
kinda
room
do
to
that
said
now.
passing car.
Let's see.
Most importantly, please be predictable. Lifting on a straight is often the best choice that loses both drivers the least amount of time and inherently has the least amount of risk. Never slow down at the apex of a corner to let a car by.
So this is
This
what we've
track
got here.
has very few
9
sections
points
where
separate
there's
first and
nowhere
second.
to let a car by.
Rigatoni, Beverly,
Basically, there's
Aoki.
little stretches of straight
If you
in
look at it
between
this
most
way,
sections of corners in
You can
this.
kind of see
There's
Beverly
no
didn't do well
excuse
last week.
where you are parking the
Aoki had
car for any more
time
than
at
one full lap.
Misano. Sean Daniels,
If you do have an incident and you want to submit a
he
ticket,
mitigated
please
some
review the
losses
replay before submitting
last
your
week by
ticket
finishing
so that you
11th.
have the full
But like he
context
full
of the
sent it into
situation
the
that
wall.
you are in.
I don't know what happened to him at Misano.
All
got
lap 1
wrecked.
incidents are automatically upgraded to penalty tier
Had a pretty bad race.
to further deter
Shabadoo's
any
on
risky
an
behavior on
upward
lap
trend,
1.
so is Chunk.
And all lap
was
1
one of those lap
incidents are
1
automatically
carnage.
reviewed by our stewarding team, which is a panel
Tremblane's had 2 wrecks.
of
Keetish has had
volunteers
a
that
couple.
work on all your
Byron,
guys' tickets
wins
week
a
in and week
race.
out. So, to respect said volunteers,
Starts
please follow the
from
instructions
pits,
found in the stewarding ticket when you
and
open
then
it. All of those
adds
details that you
carnage to
provide
that.
help make
Cube
the
is
decision-making process for our
promoted,
stewards
and then
that
Magenheimer
much more
started
efficient.
from the pits as well. and
Please do
just
not be selfish with
couldn't
your
recover
time
from that. So,
in making their time
and then he had a penalty
less
here
valuable.
because he finished 6th,
After the race,
which would have given
we have
77.
a post-race replay
But he had a
review
penalty that
of
cost him.
each individual race.
Was that like?
That's an opportunity for you guys to join the relevant
So he had
voice channels
6th,
and go
so it
through
cost
the
him
incidents,
5
the
positions.
good, the bad, and the
And then
exciting moments throughout the race.
because Aoki and I are
with your
both top
peers. This
5
is not
in
an
points,
opportunity
we're
to call out people by name.
leading by a good bit.
Here at
So,
SRA, we are very, very
we're trying to
keen
hold on to
keeping it
this.
community
This is
driven and very supportive and friendly. So
a
if
5th,
you
a
are being
4th, and a
toxic,
10th
we will
after getting
address
wrecked on
that
lap 1.
swiftly.
Rigatoni's
So,
kind
again,
of
this is an
followed
opportunity
suit
to
and been kind of close.
celebrate and learn
He got a
from each other
8th
as
place
opposed
last
to
week.
bringing the heat,
He's
so to speak.
finished. Was that 2 points behind?
All right.
Or 2
So,
positions?
are there
76.
any questions
Yeah, he's
pertaining
finished 2
to
positions behind
the
me
event tonight
in both
other
of those
than
races, and then 2 ahead.
server details and penalties?
Not too bad. Division 5. Here we go.
I don't see any.
Give me that password, Douglas.
They always trickle in. But all right, I will go over the round 4 Imola penalties that need to be served. D1, Kings and Queens, there are no penalties to be served tonight, so thank you for your service. D4, we have driver 159 has to serve a pit lane start. Driver 159, do not go out for qualifying. There is no point in qualifying.
I don't know
because
why
you
my
start in the pit
microphone
lane.
is picking
So,
up Doug.
just sit throughout
Is it-
qualifying, and then at the beginning of the race, once the server switches over to race,
monitor off.
just don't click drive. It'll automatically start you in the pit
Let me
lane.
mute output on my
And
mic.
then at that point, no additional penalty. You just pull out of there. And honestly, this is probably the best week to serve a pit lane start because it is a short pit lane and it's a wet race, most likely. So the drivers on lap 1 will be going exceedingly slow, so you'll be able to catch up quite quickly. So Division 4, that's driver 159
Maybe
has a pit lane start. For Division 5,
That's what I
driver
just did.
280
So just
will also
monitor.
have a pit lane start. So same goes for you, 280. Do not qualify, and then do not click drive at the beginning of the race. It'll automatically start you from the pit lane. Are there any questions about that?
I see no.
Perfect. You're scaring them away, Jason. I will make a comment on the penalties. There have been much fewer significant penalties, a lot of like onesie twosies. So that's really encouraging to see. I appreciate the efforts that you guys all put out on track. That makes me a very happy admin. And the severity of our penalties is really not, they're not increasing as I see the trends of people basically having less incidents. So thank you for that. And I was speaking to Duran earlier about this. He appreciates many of the tickets are becoming much more detailed than previously. So that's helping his team out significantly. So thank you for that. All right. If there are no other questions, I will give out the server details and the relevant password. So I'll give you one more final chance to ask any questions. All right. That being said, tonight the server should be up, so please click refresh. Please make sure that you have the right car selected. And then tonight's password is Alonzo, all lowercase, Alonzo. The password has been posted in GT3 announcements. If you have joined the server and you are good to go, Please leave the driver's briefing. Good luck and have fun. If you are having trouble joining, feel free.
Is that better? Is it picking me up now? So the monitor and output apparently turns everything off. I'll have to have somebody. I have to have somebody help me with the OBS stuff. But so all that time, basically, like I'm probably a 10th to 20th place qualifier with how times went earlier, and if I'm not going to start in the first row, even maybe the second row, I don't really see the benefit of qualifying when there's going to be a lot of cars missing their braking zones in here. And look at all this grass for people to go. Like, people are going to start avoiding, and then you're going to get people in the grass that are going to cause more wrecks. So, I'm thinking we start at the back. We've got, what was it? 37 drivers. Oh, somebody else jumped in. Oh, where's Yates? So we got 37 drivers. So I would start right in front of Rufus, 36th, and we just let all the carnage happen in front of us. Because once you get to that last, how is the last corner? The last corner's got a long straightaway. As long as I stay close to the pack until we get about where 406 is, and I drift back just a little bit to the edge of my box, and then on the start we don't just full gas it, we kind of just ease into it, I think we'll be fine. And I love how the CPU stuff is acting crazy. I just saw that car go crazy. Let's put this HUD stuff back on. So let's do tires, and what else did I disable? Oh, I didn't want to do that. What? I'm just curious. Yeah, that puts this back in here. Okay, so if I close the Armamentario stuff, like I like the Armamentario stuff, but I feel like it messes with my my game some. But it's not showing that I'm dropping frames. So I don't know if it's just my connection, and it's saying like 94 206, but it's not showing anywhere else that it's like acting up. So I'm curious as what the issue is. I mean, Schultz is at a 153. I did a 53.8, so that's already putting me 6th place. And then I know there's guys that are already like, oh, Santer 51. How is he not a? See, that's one that I don't agree with. How is Santer not a gold status driver, even though he's not top 15 in points? Dude is running massive times. That is like, I think Santer and Yates are both gold drivers. Well, yes and no. Like Santer, he was D3 with me a couple of seasons ago when D3 was the lowest division. So we've both steadily dropped back as the pace of the group has gotten faster. And if I'm D3 gold and he's raced me for the last three seasons, like I feel like he should be also gold. And Yates has raced, like he has lap times to be up there at the front. It's just right now it doesn't seem like he has the consistency in the race to have good finishes every week, which is kind of what's messing him up. Which, yeah, 51-1. So he's almost in the 50s, and this is medium rain. It's crazy. People got a minute left, so those guys are probably done for the rest of the session. Whoever those were that just jumped off. Felker, new guy, 52-0. Like even Nate's putting in some good times. I don't know. Maybe the McLaren's just shit here. Like 4 Astons in a row, all within a second of each other. Stephanie's the highest McLaren so far. Is there any other McLarens besides me and Naoki? Oh, Herrera, who's out but hasn't finished a lap, and then Rufus. Rufus has been placing pretty well. Oh, I saw, let's see. I'm trying to look at some of these. Shabadoo. T5 is also... Yeah, exactly. It's D5 and D6 are definitely your rookie divisions, for the most part. Then you have guys like, you know, me, Chunk, Gitesh, Santer, who, for whatever reason, don't have the pace of the guys up there, D3, D4. And honestly, I don't mind being down here and being kind of like a, not, I would say gatekeeper to like the upper divisions, but like more of like a, almost like a teacher in a way, without being like actually the teaching. Maybe like the guard watch or something like that, where I can kind of see the talent that's developing and go, hey, this guy looks like he's going to be, you know, D3 talent if he keeps this stuff up between the, you know, the first couple of races. That's how some of these guys moved up, is the race directors and admins started looking at numbers. Yeah, that is true. Now, a lot of people don't practice as much. And then you got some people that don't practice and they're just naturally super fast. So you've got to, like, it's a weird balance. I'm curious. 50.8. So 3 seconds faster. So I'd be right here with Meyer at 11th. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 15 if you don't include me. So if I would be 11th and you put 16 people there, yeah, I'd be way in the back. Yeah, I feel good about this call. Yeah, and there are a few people that have backgrounds from other sims or leagues, so they get misplaced in the divisions because maybe the car they picked, like Paul Ricard, there was a lot of guys that did the Porsche. The Porsche is not very good at Paul Ricard because of the long straightaways, so a lot of those guys placed lower than what they should have been. So if you put that into account, you know, then they have to move those guys, which sucks because you're getting almost penalized because of the track and having to lose those points. But they did say that they're working on some more stuff to make the qualifications every season a little bit better. Don't know what that entails. Some straight up just refuse to try it. Oh yeah, and there's a lot of people that that just don't like the track. I didn't mind the track. I just that was the week of Rocket League Worlds, so I was leaving that week. So I put in some laps beforehand and knew that I wasn't going to be able to put anything else in. And then, I mean, I got placed in the division that I should have been. I think at the time was D4, but I could have been higher in the division. I could have started out as a gold. But I also picked the car that I'm most likely going to race that season as the car that I do time trials in, where some, you know, they picked a car that wasn't very good at Kilami or Polo Car, and then raced something different, so they were actually faster than what that car showed. So there's a little bit of shenanigans and stuff in that mixed in, but for the most part, the admins do a great job of cutting that shit out and putting people where they actually belong. There we go, golds. We're putting in some times, trembling up. Shabadoos feels like he's just kind of easing onto the gas, like he's not really driving it too hard. Kind of just chilling. Gitesh up. 50. It's a 53 flat by Gitesh. Yeah, like Meyer's already 15th and going down. Rufus might have the best seat in the house because he's going to be in the pits with anything that happens in turn 1. People are going to start getting off the track or leaving as he's coming out. And when he comes out, more than likely that track's going to be clear. Problem is, he'll be coming out down here, and people will be down here in the bottom of the track. Like he might lose half a lap before he gets out and going to the leaders. But I mean, losing half a lap or losing your race in the first corner. You know, I've had 3 finishes in the top 10 from races that I started at the back due to penalties or just deciding not to qualify. Barcelona, where I qualified, backed out of the lobby on accident, and then lost my qualifying, which I don't understand how that happens when it's recorded, but whatever, we still finished well. Yeah, Shabady's not doing well, he's struggling. Yeah, Meyer's 20th now, because all the golds are putting in their times. These are the guys I'm normally racing at. Mesh, Chunk, Gitesh, Rigatoni. So, these are the guys I'll be looking at by the end of this qualifying and then the end of the race there. Bright, man. Nate, I'm really impressed with that time. My man's been putting in his laps. I remember season 3 or 4 is when Nate joined. He was like 7 seconds off of the pole time. So the fact that he's within 2 seconds of the pole sitter currently, that's insane. Yeah, it's like even Brule, who's struggling right now, isn't that far off. Aoki's not got a clean lap. He's coming around the last corner, so he gets maybe 1 or 2 more. Byron doesn't have a lap. He's mid-lap. Brule's down here. Those are the 3 guys around me. So yeah, I'm okay with this not qualifying because Myers, if these other 3 guys get there, he's gonna be 25th. Yeah, because it's like, yeah, I could qualify, maybe I could get faster, but it's medium weather, which I already been practicing mostly, and that's most of the sessions I've been were medium. So I don't think I could have gone any faster. Another second would have been nice though, because that'd put me right in the top 12. But that puts me just even more with more cars behind. Yeah, Aoki does look like he's coming in through the into the second sector here. So it's just Aoki and Byron that don't have a clean lap right now, and Byron just started that lap. This is Aoki's last chance. Let's watch our teammate here. I have no idea what kind of setups he's running. He's the quiet type, which is cool. I don't mind it. I can also see Byron down here in the bottom. He's quiet, he puts his laps in, he does his thing. he's down in first there. Okay, so I with him there. Is he downshift to first again? Keeps it in second. Okay. I've been playing with those. I'm not sure what's better in the wet. So he's currently 36. Let's see what he jumps up to here. Because that's clean. Jumps up to 16th. 52.9 for 53 flat. Something one time. And that's probably... Oh, he's gonna keep going, huh? Did Byron get his lap yet? He's coming around the last corner here. So let's scroll it to the top. I feel like my qualifying and not qualifying here is the same as like guys in the Daytona 500. If they don't qualify and pole for the 500, Byron's ninth, they don't really try sometimes that hard in the Gatorade duels because they don't want to wreck in the duels, and they don't want to like they don't mind starting in the back behind all the carnage. Like I feel like that's my thought is if I can't be on the pole where I can control my fade, I'd rather just be in the back where it doesn't matter. So Meyer 53.8 is right here, so 24th, 25th. Yeah. I mean, I'm only losing 10 positions of probably where I would have qualified. I'm okay with that. Just means we've just got to be ready here. We're going to watch that temperature, and we're going to watch that weather. Currently it's medium rain with 23-27, so 23 ambient. If it's drier, we have to drop our pressures by about, I think it was 3/10 on the rear and 5 on the front, from what I remember. We also have a dry, if we have to change tires, I have a dry setting with pressure set for that as well. So we've got a little bit of everything. Looks like medium with it going heavier and then lighter. So we're gonna go this current setup. It's good. That's good. I'm just gonna go ahead and put 100 in. It said between 89 and like 94. So we'll just put in that. These are my dry tire settings. Dry, if I have to change. I do have on my number pad. Actually, I should have put it on my left side. Damn, that's a miscue. I need a small number pad on USB and set it on this side because I can usually reach my left hand. So my right hand's upshift. But I have like 9 is up on the brake bias and 3 is down. But I don't think we'll be changing the brake bias if it's going. Well, now it's different, but it was saying heavier than lighter. So if that's the case, if it's getting heavier than lighter, or if it's just staying the same, we won't have to worry about brake bias. But I had it just in case. This game is weird. We've had, I think it was season 4 Hungary. It was 2 sessions out of 4 had dry practices, and then like 3 of them had dry races as well. It's insane. Why is 886 way back there? Who's 886? Gilchrist. Gilchrist is not starting. He's not hitting drive, I guess. So Gilchrist and well, Rufus has no choice but to start from the back, but Gilchrist is also looking like he's just going to start from the rear. I mean, I can't blame the man. And ooh, look, I got the 2 Honda Element cars in front of me.
30 seconds.
Kunz and Fong. Or that's not both Element cars. That's just another Honda. There's too many Hondas this season. I love it. Like when everyone was like, "Oh, the Audi's OP," there wasn't a whole lot of Audis. There's still a bunch of McLarens and Aston Martins, and then everyone switched away from McLaren and Aston Martin to the Honda, and then the last couple of seasons it's been Hondas and like more Hondas and Porsches.
Going single file.
So here we go. I just gotta make sure I stay close enough to the field in this warm-up lap so we don't get teleported to the pits, because we don't want to lose that much time. The amount of time that we lost at Barcelona was a pain. I probably could have still won the race from last if I had been with the pack. But it never said the teleporting in 30 seconds. I was just on the edge of it. So, I don't know. I'd rather be on the front end of this than the back end of it. It does say to add one. Okay, it does say add one. So we do have that set correctly. See, the thing is, you want to be in the green when you get towards the end of the lap, but you kind of want to be in this orange, to like the yellow and orange early on, because when the field gets all the way to the end, it will mess you up. Gilchrist is going to start with the pack. I see him lurking back there now. Alright, we're getting close to where it's going to want to do too wide, I think. Because we're getting, once we get to this downhill section here, where the front of the pack is. Gilchrist is so far behind though, I don't know how he hasn't been teleported back.
Going double fire.
A lot of guys aren't even in position here. Alright, we're in our spot here. This guy should actually be in front of me. Get in there, Noah. Gilchrist, you can kind of see lurking in the back too. Yeah, we're just gonna back out of that. Like, I had a bit of a run on those guys. Look at Noah though, 3 wide, 4 wide, waiting for the wreck. Didn't even make it to the corner.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
I mean, look, it says we're 23rd already. We started 35th or 36th. Yeah, we might lose time to the guys we're supposed to be racing tonight, but I avoided that BS. Yep, and that's exactly the crap that I was expecting in the mid-pack. And had we started and actually qualified and started mid-pack like that, we would have been in it. I feel like that's a great, that's going to be a great thing to look back on at the end of the championship run here. No matter where I finish, be like, this is the place that really could have lost it for us. The good thing is these guys only have to drive this lap, the first lap, and another one. I wonder if that was the only mess though. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of talking in the race review, I'm sure. I definitely see a little bit of scatteredness from the rest of the field, but
Slow car ahead.
doesn't look like there's as much carnage around. Oh, there's two more.
Pit window is open.
I mean, look at it. Basically, only had to run one lap before you had pit window open. So if you got wrecked, you can get fixed up pretty quickly and be gone. But you're gonna lose a lot of time early. If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a car. And I feel like, you know, I've been on this probably 15 months, maybe a little bit more than that now. And I've had a lot of car dodging in the leagues that I've been in. This one's been pretty good for the most part. You know, dodging a couple cars, a couple accidents here and there. Whereas some of the leagues I was in, it was every week I was getting hit. So, kind of gotten used to seeing a car kind of looking like it's going to be out of whack and getting around it. I mean, look, we're already up to 20th. We're halfway through the field. I don't know why it says car 886 is the leader though on my screen there.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
The two race directors battling it out. It still says like first place is, or the first place triangle is like mid-pack behind me. So I'm not curious, I'm kind of curious as to what that is. Ooh, 637 is Yates, he's off. 848, that's Chunk. 196, I think it's Connor? Con?
There's a slow car ahead.
Another couple cars off here. I think Jerry's better in the rain than I am right now, but he also knows that I'm usually a little bit better pace, so he's not going to really press me, I don't think. If he gets a good run here, I might just let him go.
Well done, mate. The fastest lap so far.
This car is hella sketchy right now. pack here that we're catching. Yep, cars are off. Oh, it's Meyer who's already a lap down. He's just trying to get out of the way of the pack
Car on
here.
the right. Clear on the right.
I feel for him.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Meyer's a good guy. He's a veteran. Finkelstein got voodooed. Yeah, I think so. Like all of a sudden he was just gone out of our mirrors, right? Ooh. That's all I need is a lap car to get me. Wazano. Wiggled away into the distance. Oh man. I'm glad you saw it. I saw him backing off a little bit before we got to the braking zone. I just didn't see him after that because I was focused on the cars in front there. Okay, there's another car we get early. Swan, he did pretty well last week. I see there's a bit of a dry line already forming with these cars, so that's good. See a lot of flashing yellow dots still behind us, around us too. I also noticed that our tires are a little on the warm side. I gotta get it into this wetter shit here a little bit, down some of these straightaways and stuff.
Yellow flag ahead. Be careful.
Get over here and cool them off.
Slow car up ahead.
About voodooed myself there.
Losing time to the car in front in sector 3.
Yeah, it's like the rain's letting up some. Yeah, Boisano's pretty good. Get over here in the wet. He's been out of SRA for a couple of seasons. I saw him in some LFM rookies races not too long ago. I remember racing him a couple of times, D3, D4, somewhere in there. He's pretty solid.
Slow car ahead.
I kind of hope the rain picks up. We're getting too much of a dry line and our wheels are stay really warm here. I didn't account for a bit of a dry line.
In sector 2.
We can keep him right here at 31 flat. We're probably good. them off right here on this inside line where nobody's really running. I mean, Dan's not really dropping off behind us there, so like it sucks because he'd be running in the top 20 right now if he hadn't been on the right pace-wise, anyways. Braked a little early there. So if he can hold on to the car and see how pit stops shake out, maybe he, you know, he still comes up with a good finish. Yeah, let's get this wet here.
Slow car ahead. Car on the right.
God, cars coming on track like that make me nervous. From what I can tell on the bottom, the
Losing to the car ahead.
rain looks like it's gonna stay where it's at.
Your fastest lap so far.
There you go. That whole little section right there seems like it's almost completely dry. I think the plan is just to stay out as long as we can, because if this gets too dry, these guys that have already pitted kind of early are gonna probably want to come in for tires. I mean, look, I'm 53.5. I lost a lot of time in that lap, so I think the track's pretty dry right now. Like Magenheimer and Rufus.
Run away. This has been your personal best.
I think that was Rufus. Oh, Rufus was behind us then, so that doesn't really matter. Because if it stays wet and they're on wet tires and they don't change, then they're fine. But if it dries out and they're still on wets, then they're gonna have to pit a second time or blow out their tires. And I know from experience that when wet tires start getting dry, they go quickly. Like at 30 to 31, it goes to 35, 36 in a heartbeat. Khan is really making me nervous back there. I see him lurking. Like Can't really trust a car that's already been wrecked. Oh, speaking
Slow
correct.
car up ahead.
Hey, we didn't lose the position. All the guys that passed us were already in front of us. Or lap down. Coons probably was like, yeah, I got him. Drove that in a little hard. It was a great spin because where we spun, we didn't lose a lot of time because it's a slow corner and we didn't hit a wall. We just lost a shit ton of time to Boisano. Just out of the dirt. Should be able to hold off. Yeah, I should be able to. If he gets a good run, I'm just going to let him go, though, because I'd rather not fight him this early, just in case I don't have to take tires. Now that we've got him kind of probably a little bit of a flat spot somewhere. Get somebody off up here. Patches. Kill Christopher's. I don't think he is. I think that's an error in the scoring. Because he's behind me. He started dead last. So I'm not sure how that works. He's the one that he was in the pits with Rufus.
Car on the
Ooh,
right.
Houlihan.
Clear on the right.
But then hit drive at like the last second and came through the pits and was at the back of the pack when the race started, but it showed him as the leader since. So I'm not entirely sure what the deal is there. Yeah, Kuntz is now 3 seconds off. He's dropping to us a little bit. Do a little tire management here. See, there's a nice wet line on this inside area. Cool the tires off a good bit down the front straightaway here. There's Rogers, so 3 cars in front of us have already wrecked. Boisano's what, 614? It's got a good gap to us. I'm gonna say car 300. I think that's Shabadoo. I think Shabadoo's the leader, technically. Going down the front straightaway area right now. Myers off again up here. It looked like.
Yellow flag in sector 3.
There we go. If we can get a sip of water every now and then down the front straightaway will be nice. that's Santer. That's for position 2.
There's a slow car up ahead.
But you were right. We're definitely holding off Coons. He's now we've doubled the gap on him since last I looked. He looks cooked, yeah. It didn't look like he's in a good spot right at the moment. Meyer just totally misses that chicane. I got Julian catching us again though. Kind of worried me a little bit. Sorry, Julian.
Yellow flag in sector 3.
Santer's regaining though. For him, it's good, and for me, not so much. I don't want that position, really. Kind of tempted to just let Julian by here.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Clear. The spray off of his car might also help cool our tires a little bit here. Jerry's still 16th though. Good job, Jerry. First race he hasn't been involved in a wreck like at the beginning. So I'm pretty sure he's happy about that. Yeah, Santer's already like 7 seconds up. Patches and I don't fuck around here, I guess. Man, that's crazy. I don't have any pace tonight.
Yellow flag in sector 2.
Imola's gonna end up going on the track list of don't care to come back. Like it's got a good flow to it. It's just one of those. It seems like one of those tracks that I just don't get. I also thought about Masano, and then I had a good race last couple races ago on Masano, and I've run well there in the wet. Yeah, last season and this season, I think I had pretty good finishes there. Maybe I just need about 100 more laps on this track, and then I can change my mind. Oh, there it goes. The lead thing changed now. 231, that's Beverly. Beverly's currently leading. Fuck. I can't tell down there if it's... It just says M and a wet sign. It's not giving me like an indication of up or down. I guess it's just staying the same amount of wetness. Felker. Couple more guys pitted. Felker seems like one of the guys that was near the front and pit already. I see Santer's still in front of us, so still have him to gauge. We're staying around 31 on the temp, so I'm okay with that, or the pressures. I know it's a little higher than what the game, all the shit that I've seen on the game recommends, but I don't really do so much. I haven't been where it's been this many cars, so I didn't have a good feel of how it... Yeah, like... If I would have known that it was going to get this dry, maybe we lowered it about half a pound, but I'm not sure. Most of the guys we're racing right now, though, are all pits, so we just gotta play safe here. Down in that a little bit.
There's a slow car up ahead.
Dan really can't afford to give me position because he's.
Car on the right.
I mean, he's gonna go. He's gonna do it, but now he's gonna lose that position to Houlihan probably as well.
Halfway mark. Keep pushing.
And Swift. Get off of that curb. I feel like a lap car. I'm so damn slow compared to these guys.
Losing time to the car in front, sector 3. Yellow flag in sector 3.
Good job, damn. Love the pass, bud. Like, I can't race anybody. I'm literally just gonna finish where I finished because I keep my nose clean. I mean, 54.5 is my fastest. Which, I mean, I guess that's... I've been on pace for 53. We're just now halfway on our fuel. We're still a little above halfway, so we're just gonna keep focus. See, Dan passes me, and then 3-4 turns later, he goes wide.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Tramline's leading. He's about a little over half a lap in front of us.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
And if Houlihan and I were on the same lap, we'd be having one hell of a battle because we keep just passing it back.
There's a slow car ahead.
All these lapped cars in front of me. Like Santer's way up there now. If I can finish right here, I'll be fine. 12th is not bad. Our 10th is right now our lowest out of the 3 races. A 12th doesn't really hurt us that badly. It's like 8 points max that difference between 10th and 12th, I think. It might even be 6 or 7, depending on when it drops from 4 to 3. Dan's sliding.
Yellow flag is ahead. Watch out.
There's a car way off over there. Him in. Tremline's pitting. So now Daniels is the leader. Tires are fine. We're still right around that 31 mark, so there's enough rain that it's not really hurting us. Good save, Dan. I don't think if that bump wouldn't have been there, he would have went off to the other side and would have been completely off the track, but did a great job of saving it and not making a bigger mess there. 53.5 that last lap, so. Or that's my best. Okay, my last lap was a 54. So we've gotten down in the 50s. We're doing something. Or 53s. Temperature's dropped a little bit. Schultz is creeping up. Yeah, I see it. He's also pit, so he's actually higher in the running order than us, so not much I can do there. Same with Magenheimer. I'm just wondering how far back I end up dropping here once I pit. Because we've made a lot of positions up because of people pitting. Like we just picked up another one there.
There's a slow car up ahead.
It's never a car that I'm racing for position with that's off in front of me anymore. It's crazy because I'm racing with these guys for the back half of the 20s. Like, is that how far back I'm gonna drop, you think? We finally got a little bit of pace on Houlihan. He's not catching us like he was. We're gonna get jammed in a spot. Jammed up in a spot that won't produce a position. Yeah. Good thing and the bad thing is everything's kind of spread out, so like picking up and losing positions might not be too terrible.
Yellow flag in sector 2.
989, that's bright. Man. Lean forward, I hate that. As I say, I get a little bit of a gap on Houlihan. I see his car like growing in my mirror. We also could be higher too, because remember we did have that spin that cost us a bit of time. So I don't know exactly how much time that's going to end up costing, but whatever. We didn't hit a wall. I know Patches really wants to get up to these guys here. Just letting him know I'm here. You're good, you're good. I'll find a way by you. Just want you to know I'm close. If you can even see the flashing lights in the spray. Schultz is now 4 seconds. We don't really need to worry about him and Magenheimer. They're not in our race right now. the spot. Perfect.
Clear on the left.
Kind of waiting to see if I can catch when Daniels pits and see how far back he drops. Rufus is off. How far up is Santer? No, Santer's behind us, so he pit already. No, he's not. I'm reading that wrong. He's still in front of us. Hopefully Gilchrist, or not Gilchrist, Connor, Houlihan, and Swift here get to battling, and I can kind of break away before my pit stop. Otherwise, I might end up having to let the three of them by because they're racing. Mainly that 20, 21, 22, 23 are all in front of me now. Still 4.5 back to Schultz.
Gaining on the driver ahead is 53.
Driver ahead, does that mean the guy that's directly in front of me on the track, or does that mean the next car in position? Because that's two different things to me. I don't really care if I'm gaining on the guy that's a lap down. Oh man, I'm so into this. I'm driving so close to the dam. Leaned so close to it. What I need to do is I need to make a little setup for my pedals and a chair that work with this desk. Oops, someone got a penalty. Boisano, oh no. And he was in front of us for a while. I know I'm taking that section way too slow. But at this point, I'm just trying to stay on the track. Schultz is now 3 seconds out. He's not gaining too quickly, which means most of these other competitors that have already pit that are behind me are probably also not gaining too quickly. Because they're running fairly decent. I got 10 minutes. I think this might be where we pit because these guys are starting to get really close. And I'll probably come out behind Meyer and 512 car there. I honestly don't see the weather changing at all. So we were 10th. Let's see how far back we go. We're at 13th right now.
Mandatory stop is not clear. Come on, let's go.
But we're not doing too bad. I don't know if 365 is on the lead lap. 14th. Shabadoo's 17 seconds back, 300. I mean, that's 4 positions that we lost. And we have a bit of clean air. Aoki got in the tussle at the beginning. I see he's running 30th right now. I hate it. That's going to really put a kick in our points lead in the championship for the team title. We were about 60 up, so him finishing back here in 30th right now, that's only going to get him like 20 points. Those guys were racing, get even to top 10. You're sitting right about 60, so he's going to lose 40. But you know, those guys have all had one member of the team at least having a bad finish, so this is kind of that balance at the moment. I don't know when the oh, the team championship doesn't matter, there is no drop race. So every race counts. So that'll kind of put us back in striking distance with them. But it is what it is. I think Aoki's a pretty decent driver, and we'll make up for it. I got Swan 6 seconds ahead for position. Shabadoo behind me. Chunk is back in 16th. 20 seconds out. He's running 52s though. I don't think I'll catch Swan unless he messes up. If he's running 52s. Trembling is in 3rd. Good lord. So I'm a lap down now. Goodness. Some of these guys are pit. Is that Beverly 231 in 2nd? So Daniels and Beverly have not pit. And they're right there together, 231 and 89. So Trembling might come out with the lead here. We can kind of keep this 5-second gap to Shabadoo. I'm okay with that. Trembling's going to catch a lot of points here. Christ.
Yellow flag, be careful there.
Oh, he lagged up here? Where the hell is he? Oh, he's in the pits. Okay. Nate's in front of me as well. Good running by Nate. Just outside the top 10. Seconds to Nate, roughly. Six minutes, so we got what? 2 or 3 more laps? And the leaders have to pit probably this lap. And coming around the last couple corners. Myers wrecked up here at this intersection again. Daniels and Beverly are in. Alright, let's see if we can get our lap back from him.
Yellow flag in sector 3.
Nope. Daniels is already moving. No, we will. Beautiful.
Falling behind the car in front in sector 2. Well done, mate. Personal fastest lap.
53.2. Okay, so we're picking up a little bit of pace. Fuck. Come on. Tremlin got the lead. I figured he would, the way they pitted there. Go ahead, Joe.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
I'm not even gonna fight him for this
Cars
position.
approaching. Watch out. Yellow flag, be careful.
Come on, Dan. No, you're better than that. I don't know if he's having issues with his computer or what.
Yellow flag in sector 2.
That is not a good place to park a car. Alright, so Beverly dropped to 3rd. Daniels is 2nd, so they literally just want us 1 position each. Back to Trembling. I'm sitting pretty 15th. 15th is fine for me. Gitesh just had a wreck. A couple other cars are wrecking off up there. We've had 2 spins all on our own. Haven't hit any walls. I think we're good.
Car on the right. Clear on the right. Pit window is now closed. Faster car is approaching.
Come on, Joe. not losing positions here. He tried to like dime in the corner, I think, get a good tight exit, not realizing that I was getting a run on him through there. And I know that we're losing time to chunk, but I don't think we will. I mean, we have nearly 20 seconds before. Now we a little bit less. You're good. So we went from 15 to like 5. We still got plenty of time to keep. This is the last lap. We're about to start our last lap because the leaders are in front of us.
Alright, man. The leader is on the final lap. Give it a final push.
So Joe and I got one more lap to battle here. We did well with tires. They're a little. We didn't expect the dry line as quickly, so we're a little off, but I feel like I did pretty well. Still hate this track so far. P15 after deciding not to qualify and being 36th.
Yellow flag in sector 3.
It's a plus 29. Could have been better, could have been worse. I mean, my teammate's going to finish probably 30th. Yeah, both of those spins only cost 1 position, and then hitting Joe right here last lap didn't cost us anything, so... I mean, we could have lost a lot more time with all the bullshit that's happened in this race. I'm super happy with how we're doing at the moment. Give him a little look-see. See if I can get him to look in that mirror a little bit and mess up. Kind of like that. Coming for you, Joe. Not really. But he don't know that.
The leader has finished the race.
Good race, Joe. What a finish.
Alright, race is over. Good job, mate. You did your best. Bring it back to the pits.
Let's make it over here out of this first corner because I don't know where people are going to try to pull over at. P15. Not bad. Oh, man. So Tremley, Daniels, Beverly, Felker, 4th first race. Schultz. Yeah, see, Schultz was behind us before we pit, so he ended up 4th. Gitesh finished 7th, not bad. Santer, Nate's, depending on Nate, just outside the top 10 with Magenheimer right behind. Wow, he had held off Magenheimer. Alright, alright. I appreciate it. That was fun. We've got Zolder next week, which I've only raced once in SRA. So, okay, so those are the need to keep. I need to get rid of this. Yeah, I moved up like 20, 21. Yeah, we started 35th, 36, somewhere in there. So, not the best and not the worst. We'll see how that shakes up. And then you got to think too. There's penalties that'll come out, and there was a lot of accidents early on, so we might even pick up a couple more spots before the end of it. All in all, not a bad finish. Top 15, keeping that consistent lead near the front half of the field. Real quick, I'm gonna see who's streaming because we are gonna pass the love on to somebody. Good neighbor. Taco's already got a big crowd, so we're gonna pass the love over to good neighbor. He's streaming Escape from Tarkov, but we've known him since we both were playing lots and lots of Rocket League. I'm gonna go jump in this race review call for a little bit, and then I've got Pokemon Unite team practice. We're getting ready for the next tournament, so we've got to get all of our team comps and stuff going and up and running. Get as many reps in as we can. So it's gonna be a long night still, but as always, we appreciate everybody stopping by, lurking, hanging out, chatting. Space Wizard, thanks for keeping me occupied with all the chatter. Definitely helped me kind of focus. Not enough chatter where it was too distracting, but it was just enough where I could, you know, if I screwed up, I could look over and read it, and then, whatever happened, I forgot. But today's Tuesday. I won't do anything tomorrow. I might stream Thursday at the earliest, but we'll be doing some more streams. So follow, keep an eye out on the Discords for those notifications. And if I don't see you before for any streams between now and next Tuesday, I hope to see you at least in the races. But have a good night, everybody, and we're gonna sign off. See ya.